It's after dark here in Orange County, and what began as the American launch customer for the aircraft back in 2018 is now the topic of today's video. On this very busy and hectic night, I am flying Delta Airlines Airbus A220-100 down to Salt Lake City to finally see what makes this aircraft such a game changer for Delta's fleet. It's time to board our flying saucer, of which is registration N115DU, a 7-year-old Airbus A220-100 delivered to Delta back in June of 2019. Operating as Delta's smallest mainline aircraft, the interior is stocked with 109 total seats, featuring 12 first class and 97 Collins Aerospace Pinnacle seats configured in a 2-3 configuration. My seat today is back in regular economy. It's 20A. The ceiling is pretty cool, a reading light and some air vents, but more importantly, the seat offers 31 inches of pitch, 18.5 inches of width, and 3 inches of recline. The seat pocket has the usual safety card and nonsense in it, but as I'm sitting here, I'm beginning to realize that Delta actually offers more recline than United and American. Something I never really noticed before, and after all these videos I've made.
The use of Wi-Fi to make voice or video calls is not allowed. At this time, all customers should be seated with your seatbelt.
As we push back, I'd like to welcome you all to the channel and hope that you are enticed to subscribe and like the video. I make a bunch of random flight reviews that, when not flying United, are growing in variety. I now feature near 20 airlines on the channel, which isn't a ton, but it's only just the beginning. If you want to support me further, be sure to check out the Legits Club, our channel membership, available for just a few dollars down below. Just hit the join button. The A220 wasn't always an Airbus aircraft. It was originally developed by Canadian manufacturer Bombardier and known as the C-Series, specifically the CS-100 and CS-300, hence the A220-100 and 300. While I do love the A220 for many reasons, it is a little saddening to know that the aircraft could have brought glory to Canada and further globalized the Bombardier name. Canada still takes credit, but having Airbus take the name definitely ruins that plane spotting portfolio that only has 3 aircraft brands instead of what could have been 4. Delta Airlines happens to have 17 of these planes on hand, many of which operate short-haul or city hopper routes across much of both the west and a fair amount of the east coast. They've flown them to my home city of Boise for years, but I have yet to get on one until this very moment. This is one of the videos that feels a little bit more special to film because it's something new for me and the channel. We're about to barrel down the runway here at John Wayne's Airport. I've got to say that I do not understand the hype around this airport. Yes, it's small, but it's pretty cramped for the number and size of flights, and is just long enough that walking times from gate to gate can get a bit much. I'm sure residents like this place for the easy TSA to gate experience. Alright, so we've taken off, leaving this monstrosity of a place that is LA, and we are jetting towards the city with probably the most practical name in the country, Salt Lake City. The hub and Mountain West home to Delta and much of its domestic network on this half of the country. Yes, there is still Seattle and LAX, but Salt Lake City takes the cake with the most routes and flights. So great, we are flying on the A220. What might one expect to see on such a flight? Well, besides the 2-3 configuration removing half the middle seats, Delta offers a standard snack and beverage service, which consists of a seemingly smaller than normal Biscoff cookie, in my case water, and a napkin. If you are devilishly handsome like me, the crew might give you 2 napkins as a kind gesture. Okay, I'm kidding, but I'm not complaining about extra napkins. Bring it on. I don't do this all the time, but let's check out the lavatory. It's a medium-sized space that was very clean and modern. Basic amenities like soap and water, as well as a window so that your ancestors in the sky can watch you do your business. Pretty good stuff. The IFE. Delta offers one of the best entertainment services through Delta Studio, with plenty of awesome movies to check out, some podcasts and whatnot, and of course, flight and aircraft information. There are some games on here as well, but the real joy and spotlight is the in-flight map. It's not perfect, but it does the job and works well. Overall, a great IFE, and I happened to watch a total of no content on this flight. Well, it's getting to the point that we have to land, which means the video is almost over. But before you break into tears and take a day off from work to recover from this travesty, let's talk about this flight. Using my handmade scorecard, I so creatively named LegitScore, let's start with the seat. I'd say the seat was an easy 10 out of 10, good recline, no middle seat, the widest economy seat in the US, and perfect for a shorter flight like this one. The seat had power outlets and all as well. The entertainment was great. Delta offers free Wi-Fi to rewards members, and the IFE, as you just saw, is pretty great. No need to have a phone or tablet to watch a downloaded episode of Friends you've seen 300 times. The service was particularly good on the ground. The gate agent was very kind and patient with me. I had a bunch of delays and mishaps on other airlines. She was able to get me a seat of my choice on a basic economy ticket and ensure that the tight connection I had was backed up with a hotel and the first flight the next morning if anything went wrong, which it did. The in-flight service was more standard, but I will still give it a 10 out of 10. In terms of value, I used some family airline points to book last minute on this flight. The full routing was Orange County to Salt Lake to Boise. I don't remember how much, but I do remember it being expensive. For a last-minute ticket, the price was fairly average, but definitely not a price that deserves a good remark. You can argue supply and demand all you want, but I don't have to compliment you for it. For this, I'd give the overall price and value a 5 out of 10. And lastly, cleanliness. A pretty easy 10 out of 10. The lavatory was actually bigger than most domestic labs I've flown in the past, and I've yet to find a better one. Overall, 45 out of 50, or a solid 90%. If you take out the price, though, it's a perfect score. This is my highest ever rating of Delta, and easily the best trip I've had with them. Welcome to Salt Lake City, the city named after a thoughtfully named lake called the Great Salt Lake. My flight today was good. I did end up missing my connection from a delay, but it was not Delta's fault, and I got a free hotel stay out of it. My connection to Boise leaves in the morning on this very same plane, but to hold you over till that video comes out, be sure to tune in next time when I fly United 737-800 from Denver to Portland. Otherwise, be sure to like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching.
Flight attendants disarm doors to arrival, cross-check, stand by for...